This is the small, most finished small study of the mural, the central panel there. And then we'll go over to the right of the mural, the trader part, the trapper part, and the wintertime explorer scene. I'll go over to the far side here, and there is the British Army coming across the log corduroy road, and the frontiersmen and sappers and miners building the road, and the frontiersmen defending the troops from the Indians. And there's the settlers panel defending the homestead while the ground is being broken, and the cow and calf in the foreground suggesting domesticity, and the mother and wee babe in her arms by the fireplace cooking, and the man squaring a timber in the foreground here. And then this is the two primeval scenes, primeval forest to the extreme right, just a study there, just an indication of a grizzly bear in the foreground, and other Indian, other animals and birds and what have you will be suggested and be either just suggested or very clearly delineated in that scene. That's a scene right there. And then over here is the Indian, the first man, praying to his gods in the forest primeval. And then it goes back over to this side here with the explorers coming through, the trapper, traders, and then the conflict, the military conflict with Fort Duquesne burning in the at the forks down there. All right, we're going to zoom up now here and see, go from the half-inch or scale model up here, and by the way, that may not be half-inch. I don't know. I'll measure it. It's 3/4 or 1 inch maybe. This is the full finished panel, and we'll go up here and see this thing. It's not finished, by the way. I mean, that's the final panel. There's the sketch we were just looking at. We're going to zoom in again and show you that in its entirety. That is one of the scale studies. Now we're going to zoom back here like that, and there you see, let's come back a ways, far back as I can go, see if I can get most of it in one shot. I don't think I can get it all in. That's about as good as we're going to, oh, we're getting awfully good. There's still a piece of it there that isn't going to be in. There's the little study right there. There's the little study. We're now back quite a ways. There's the little study. And now we're going to go up and zoom in on the big one. There's the full scale. Bob, would you walk over there, please? Just walk into the camera view. Give us some scale. Just walk over and stand just as close to it as you can. That's right. Now there you see Bob standing there. We're going to go up and see how high that goes up in the air. There we go. There we're at the top of it now. And we can come down, see that that's a 6-foot figure there, that Indian. The Scotty behind is a 6-foot figure. And Bob, who's 6 foot or 6'1" or 2", aren't you, Bob?
Yes.
Okay. You're 6 foot, 6'1" or 2". 6'1". Okay. Well, see, Bob's 6'1", and that's about the area that it was designed for to stand in the museum. And we'll go from there and just see the height of this thing. It'll be about 13 some feet in the air. My point is that this should not go, absolutely must not go. I will not sell it for any price to the museum to go in the museum, because it will be destroyed by the next flood that you have. There's no question that there will be a flood. There's no question whatsoever. It's just a matter of how many years it'll be before that flood comes. And I just simply have not worked that many years and worked on this. Why don't you walk around and show them the scale on that over there too, Bob, please. Thank you. There you are. That's the Explorer panel. You see it's not finished at all. There's underpainting, white. It still shows a lot of the area. The barrel has been just given a good shot of white, and then it'll be glazed over. But it is, it's all, there's Washington coming down through the woods, the wind blowing his mantle and his cape. Other packers and woodsmen back there, and they're coming down. There's one of the pack horses, two of the pack horses, and Washington on his horse. And there's the Negro, the black slave who accompanied Washington and Christopher Gist or Gist? Gist? Okay, accompanied Christopher Gist. I forget his name right now. And the Indian here is the Half King, the Iroquois guide that brought them down to the Forks from Virginia. And go over to the next panel, and there's the man that symbolizes the intrepid trapper, the men usually of Scotch-Irish descent that came into that country and broke it open, broke all the king's rules, the king's line beyond which they must not go. And he's got a bale of plumes, a bale of beaver pelts on his back, and he's going where he damn well feels like going, and he's going to do anything he's big enough to do, and he ain't going to cry if he gets the shit shot out of him either. And then the next one is the trader and the civilization, the Jesuit priest, the trader coming in to trade cloth and beads and what have you, the Indian standing there with his beaver pelt stretched on his primitive stretcher, and it's another one with a deer over his shoulder there, young deer with the head cut off, and here's the trader with his guns and his muskets and his powder and his beads and wampum in his hand there, and wampum, belt of wampum, the red cloth, and we'll go up there and see what he looks like. He's out there selling them something. That's fine, that's fine. And then there's the priest with the cross and religion and mercy and salvation that he's bringing to the Indians who are giving him a peace pipe, offering him a peace pipe. And what our ancestors saw as naked savages. I'm not sure these days that they were so savage. And there, now let's go down here and see the small study. Let's get the small study and get into that area there. There's the trader. I'm gonna just wheel up. Here's Bob Trombetta holding the little study in his hands. I'm going to zoom in here so I can show you a little bit more detail of this study. There's a Franciscan there instead of a Jesuit, and Charlie Stotts told me years ago that it would not be a Franciscan in that area, and I checked on that in research, and he was absolutely right, and so we changed it to a Jesuit for that part of the country. And there's the same trader. There's the trader in the little study, and there are the canoeists coming down bringing trade goods, and that's the study. That's the little 1-inch study that you see there. There are some of those Iroquois longhouses there, and a deer hung out to stretch. And here's the battle scene we saw earlier, but we can get in a little closer here. See the Iroquois, I mean the Algonquin Chief and Warrior with a Grenadier Guardsman's helmet there, Shako. He's killed the guardsman, one of the French allies. There's the burning Duquesne, Fort Duquesne up there, the forks of the Ohio. And down here there's the Scotty, and the dead French soldier, and a dead English soldier, and a dead Indian, and then a dead French soldier killing one of the American, I think that's the Royal Pennsylvania Rifles there, struggling in the background. Bob just asked for a total panorama of the piece. You're looking at the stock and the arm of the trapper there on the full mural. We're going back here. This is the mural itself. we can't get the full thing in here. You're at the far end of it. Go up to the height there to show the piece to you. And we can take that now, and we're just going to sweep around here. Show it to you. See, it still goes up a ways. The center scene there. That's right in the middle of it. Here's just the brown underpainting. The monochrome underpainting dominates this scene of the troops, the British troops coming through the forest there. The Indian with his bow and arrow. The bow and arrow have not been painted in. The foresters working on the log road. Now we'll just pan on and see the settler scene over here. And then this is a bear. These are two bear panels over here where the forest primeval will go. Those, and then that one right there is where the praying Indian will be praying up to his gods. So let's go back again. Let's start from the extreme left-hand panel. Go back. The Indian goes in that empty space there. This is the settler scene. This is the building of the road scene. And here is the center battle scene right there. And then we go over, and there's the trader scene, the trapper scene, and the explorer scene.